fucking high. I'll smoke out of a bong. Lit as fuck, staring at the wall. Hey you guys, it's Channon Rose, and today I'm going to be telling you the story about how I smoked weed for the first time and how I got caught. And let me just tell you, it is definitely an entertaining story. Okay, so this all happened my freshman year of high school. I had never smoked weed before, but as you guys know, I was a really bad kid. And I made some friends in school that like were total stoners, right? Like they smoked weed all the time. So they kept telling me like, Shannon, you should smoke. Like, come smoke with us, come smoke with us. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. Like, back then, I really did not give a shit about anything. So I was just like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. Anything that can make me not feel my feelings, like, I'm down for it. So at the time, you know, my parents had been divorced for a while and my mom lived in a townhouse and it was like, you know, a gated community. I told my friends like, oh, just come to my townhouse, we'll smoke like in my community somewhere. I thought that would be a good idea. So my friends ended up coming over after school and one of my friends unzips his backpack. Like we find a spot to smoke that's like, you know, quiet, whatever. And he pulls out a bong and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I don't know. I was thinking like smoking a joint, but like he pulls out a bong. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. So I'll smoke out of a bong. This is my first time. I have like no concerns. Like just like whatever, like pass it over, pass the, what is it called? What is that song? Pass the ganja to the right hand side. I don't even know how it goes, but that's like the song that's playing in my head as I'm thinking that. I don't smoke weed now and like I've really only smoked weed I think like 3 times in my life and they were like the worst experiences. That's why I don't smoke. And everyone always tells me too, they're like, Shannon, like you have anxiety, like you smoke weed, girl. They're like, oh Shannon, you have back pain, like smoke weed, girl. I'm like, trust me, you do not want to see me smoke weed. In fact, you don't want to be like 100 feet near me if I'm about to smoke weed. Weed and me, for some reason, like we just don't work. But I didn't know this, right? I had like no idea about this because this was my first time doing it and I was 14 and just stupid. So he packs the bowl, they start smoking and I'm seeing like how they do it and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, like it looks easy enough. So it gets to be my turn. It's like a huge bong, you guys, like no joke, it's like this big. If you're ever smoking for the first time, like I don't suggest smoking through a bong because I think you get way more fucking high when you smoke through a bong, like as opposed to smoking a joint. At least in my personal opinion, that's like how it's been for me. So I'm about to get lit as fuck in about like 2.3 seconds as I'm about to start smoking this bong and I have no idea. I'm thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna like feel a little bit high. It's my turn. I take the bong, I light it or whatever. I'm like, you know, sucking whatever I'm supposed to be sucking in the bong thing or whatever. I sound like such an amateur still because I just don't smoke weed, so I don't really know, but like so I'm like sucking, like fucking running out of breath. I'm like I'm running out of breath, like how long is this shit gonna take? So finally like I pull it and this bong is just like fucking loaded with like a lot of smoke and I like go to like try to suck all that smoke into my lungs and I honestly thought I was gonna cough up like half of my insides because it fucking burned so bad. Literally fucking burned. It felt like my fucking throat was on fire. And the guy started laughing at me and I'm like, ow, like motherfuckers, like this shit hurts. Like how come you didn't give me any warning? Like what the hell? No joke, you guys, 10 fucking seconds later, I am feeling high as fuck. Like so fucking high and I'm just like sitting there and all I remember is just like fucking staring like into space and kind of just like looking at the guys like the fuck is going on right now. It's so fucking high, so fucking high, and the guys are just laughing and they think it's hilarious. So after like a few minutes things start to become funny, right? And I'm like not like as like in my head I guess about like what is going on with whatever my brain right now. I don't know, I just remember laughing like the dumbest shit. Like I think I saw a squirrel run by and I thought it was fucking funny as fuck. Like I don't know why, but like that squirrel was the funniest motherfucker on the planet. And so I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. Like this can be cool. I think I can like smoking weed. This is like what I'm thinking. But like the minutes keep going by and like I keep feeling higher and higher. I thought that like I was already like done being high. Like that was as high I was gonna get because I felt like I couldn't get any higher. And then I started feeling even more high. And then I started getting like kind of like freaked out a little bit. And I was like, yep, I don't know about this. I don't think I like this anymore. And I don't want to like make a fool out of myself in front of my guy friends. So I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of tired. I think I'm gonna go back home and take a nap. And they're like, oh, come on, like, don't you want to hang out and like smoke some more? And I'm like thinking like, motherfucker, no fucking way am I gonna be smoking anymore. That one bong hit like fucking did me in. Like, I'm good, but thank you. I end up like going to my house and I am trying to find my fucking keys to get in the door and I can't find them and I start freaking out and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm looking behind my shoulder and I'm thinking people are like coming after me, like the cops are trying to get me. And I'm like, you know, I start getting fucking really paranoid, like really paranoid. And I'm like fucking fumbling in my backpack, like trying to find my fucking key, like where the fuck are my keys? Where are you motherfucking keys? I cannot find my keys for the life of me and I am just freaking out. I'm like sweating, right? I'm full on sweating now in a full panic mode from being really fucking high from weed. I start like crying. I know I'm such a little bitch, right? Like I smoke weed for like the first time. It's like one bong hit, that's it. And I start crying like a little baby because I cannot find my keys and I think that people are coming after me because I'm high as fuck. So eventually I find my keys and wipe my fucking little bitch ass tears and open the door. And just so you guys know, hashtag like latchkey child, because my mom didn't come home till like way after I had already been home from school. So no one was at the house and I'm just freaking out about everything. Every fucking siren that I hear outside, I swear is coming to my front door because I just smoked weed. Like, it literally made me so fucking paranoid. I was so paranoid about like everything and I didn't like it, right? I'm like, dude, when is this shit gonna wear off? Like, I can't have this. If my mom comes home and she sees me like this, she is going to flip, get so mad, she's gonna flip out on me. My mom, like, ooh, she gave it to me. Like, I would get in a lot of trouble from her. She would yell at me, but then there was like be really nothing she could do, but like I still like would get in trouble and I didn't want to deal with that, especially being that high. I was just like waiting for that shit to wear off. I'm like sitting in my bedroom, just like literally staring at the wall, being like, okay, when is this gonna end? When is this gonna end? All of a sudden I start getting really hungry, right? The munchies are kicking in and I am like, okay, so I am now downstairs. Again, I'm home alone, raiding the fucking house, right? I'm pulling out Oreos, fucking Doritos, like anything. I'm making myself taquitos, like everything and anything in that house, I was eating it. And I was just like so fucking hungry. I'm like, dude, like this is not good. Like, I'm gonna get fat. Like if I keep smoking weed. I know for some people like love it and it's like the greatest thing ever. I kind of wish I liked weed because I do have like a lot of back pain and I have really bad anxiety and I just fucking smoke a doobie and be like, life is good, honey, life is good. But it doesn't work like that for me, unfortunately. So I'm in the kitchen, I'm eating everything. And all of a sudden I realize like it's getting close to the time that my mom is supposed to come home and I'm like, oh fuck. Like I'm still really high. There's no way, like no way in hell, like not even a chance in hell that I could talk to her, like, or talk to anybody, like any human normally at this point, because I am just like so fucked up from this weed. But I'm still really hungry, right? I feel like I was just like eating for hours because I don't know, it's just how long it felt. And all of a sudden I hear keys in the door. You guys, my mom was coming home. My mom was home. And I was way too high for my mom to be coming home right then. Fuck. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta hide. But I'm really hungry, but I gotta hide. You know, like, there's like a kitchen sink and then there's like cabinets underneath the kitchen sink and like people can fit in there. Well, I fucking cleared like shit, like as fast as I could underneath that cabinet, and I fucking get in the cabinet and I shut the cabinet door and I'm like, oh no, I don't know how long I'm gonna be down here. Open the cabinet door, grab my fucking Doritos, get back in the cabinet and shut the door. And now at this point, my mom is in the house. I am hiding in my fucking kitchen cabinet underneath the sink with my bag of Doritos. I fucking wish I was vlogging when I was little because those would have been the most entertaining videos. So I'm sitting underneath the fucking kitchen sink. It's dark as fuck, but there's like a little crack of like light where I can like kind of peek out a little bit and see if my mom like is coming in the kitchen. My mom comes in the door, whatever, she locks the door back up, the front door. And the first thing that she always does is come into the kitchen. She'd pack lunch for work and she'd have like those little cooler things. So she'd put it back in the freezer like when she got home and like, you know, unpacked her stuff. So I knew that bitch was coming in the kitchen. And I was like just fucking sitting there hiding, you know, like, but I was like so high that I was still eating my chips, probably being loud as fuck. And she could probably like hear that there was something underneath the kitchen cabinet sink. But like my mom was being loud so she didn't hear me eating my chips. Oh my God, so dumb. So dumb, so high, so dumb. Total stoner move, right? So anyways, my mom's putting stuff away and she's like, Shannon, I'm home. She's like yelling, thinking I'm upstairs in my bedroom like where I normally am. And I'm like sitting there and I almost fucking answered her like, "Okay," from underneath the sink. But then I fucking caught myself. I'm like, "No, you dummy. Like, don't say anything. She's gonna know you're down here hiding." So she's like doing shit, putting stuff away. I'm just like chilling under there, still hiding, eating my fucking chips, still high as fuck, really scared that like I'm gonna have to talk to my mom when I'm really high. So I'm just like, in my state of mind, underneath the sink, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just waiting for this high to wear off, and once it wears off, I can come out of the kitchen cabinet sink and like talk to her, you know, if I have to. So I'm down there eating, and all of a sudden, she must have heard me fucking eating my chips underneath the sink, so she fucking opens the cabinet, and I'm sitting there with a bag of Doritos under the kitchen sink in the dark, and she's like, "Shannon, what the hell are you doing down there?" As soon as she opened the cabinet, I was like a fucking deer caught in headlights. Oh my god, I got caught. Like, she motherfucking caught me, and I'm so high and I don't know what to say, and so I'm just sitting there like quiet, and I just fucking like take out a chip and like eat it from the bag because I didn't know what the fuck to say to her. She's like, "Shannon, get out from underneath the kitchen sink." So I fucking crawl out. I still have my bag of Doritos. She's like, "Are you on drugs?" She's like looking at me in my eyes, you know, and I'm like, "No." You know, of course, like, what was I gonna say? "Yeah, Mom, I'm high as fuck. I took my first bong load today, and I smoked a lot of weed. I'm paranoid. I think everyone's trying to get me. I don't want to talk to you right now." Like, that's what I wanted to tell her, but like, all that came out of my mouth was like, "No." She's like, "I know you're on drugs. I can see it in your eye." She's like, "Come here, come closer to me." And I was like, fuck, dude. She's like the scary type of mom, like when she gets mad. "Okay, I just smoked a little weed." And she's like, "God damn it, Shannon, you're grounded for a month." And I was like, "Mom, please, like, I'm not gonna be grounded. I'm really high. I don't like it. I want it to go away. I think everyone's coming to get me. I just want it to stop." And I eventually just start pouring out everything to her because it's really hard for me to like lie, especially to my mother. I tried to lie. It doesn't work. She just knows me way too well. She knew I was high as fuck, and like, come on, she's like fucking opened up kitchen cabinets. I'm sitting under there eating chips. I think she knew. She's no dummy. And you would think that like, having had that experience, I would never smoke weed again, but that's not true. I did it 2 more times, and the last 2 times that I did it were like way worse than the first time. Way fucking worse, because one of the times I was really fucking drunk, and the other time I was like on some other drug and mixing weed, and it was just like, oh god. It was really fucking bad. Let me know if you guys want to hear those story times. If you guys like this story time and you want to see more like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. A lot of you guys watch my videos, and a lot of you guys don't thumbs up my videos. Like, what the hell, you guys? Come on. Thumbs up my video if you like it. It makes me feel good. Like, it makes me feel good that like you actually liked the video. And leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Have you guys ever had a bad experience like this before? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah!